band.
I'm truly honored to have at the other end of my Skype line a man who is a legend to every metalhead, Blaze Bayley. Hello, it's an honor having you with us.
Hello, thank you very much for having me here on Metal Radio.
The reason we wanted to have a chat with you is your latest release, War Within Me, which has been out for a while now, and it has had some very good reviews. And it's been, yep, that's the one. Vinyl version. Impressive.
Yeah, I'm very, very lucky.
Tell me a few things about it.
Well, it's the first album since I started my solo career that I could actually have vinyl and CD at the same time as the digital release. So it's just been amazing. And what it meant was that we could think about the album in terms of vinyl during the writing and the production. So we put up, I've got my my whiteboard there, and we put up all the song titles and all the things that we've got. And one of the things was side 1, side 2. And it is just absolutely fantastic to think about it. So you can choose which is side 1, which is side 2, what's going to open side 1. And it's just been fantastic, really. And then to think about the artwork, you can think of everything as big artwork. Instead of the picture sleeves, we have a robust sleeve that the vinyl doesn't damage it and your artwork doesn't get damaged. It's just fantastic. So what's going to be side 1? What's going to be side 2? It's like being 14 again when I started to discover metal and Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and Motorhead and all of these bands. They were all vinyl. It was before CDs, and then CDs came along, and I like the format that you can play from start to finish, but there's a lot of other things about CDs that I just didn't want, and they told us we had to have it, and now it's back with the artist and a lot of enthusiasts and some people that never gave up their vinyl because they said, no, that's the sound I like. Years later, it's, well, actually, yeah, it is a different sound and it could be better, people say. So it's exciting. The main thing that I wanted to do was have an album of songs that is uplifting. Something that when my fans who've waited more than 2 years for a new Blaze Bayley record and they're in a pandemic and they're locked down and there's crap going on and they go to music, I wanted them to get this album and go, wow, oh, I've got my Blaze Bayley album, I feel better. And every song that we did, every lyric, every chord that we chose, every influence, every musical break, every instrumental section, we went back to, we examined, does this do the job? Does this take us on a journey? Do we feel better after listening to this? Are we interested? Do we forget ourselves? Do we become involved in what's happening? So the melody, the lyric, the music, and the part of the voice that we wanted to use, each one was carefully placed or by pure accident, luckily found to be in the place where it made the most sense. And I've had mental health problems for years, suffer from depression. I'm very, very lucky that in my job, no one cares. It's like a normal thing. If you haven't got some kind of big problem that gives you an intense anguish, then you're not really an artist. Whereas you have a regular job like driving a bus, being a dentist, a teacher, a mechanic, and you say, I feel depressed, and people go, what? And you go, oh, my mental problems. And I'll go, oh. But for me as an artist, no one cares about that. They go, yeah, of course, you're an artist. Then why wouldn't you have? So I've never shied away from writing about that. It doesn't matter. For me, I'd rather be honest and sometimes talk about the feelings and the problems that I have and my own strategies and the words that I try to use to get myself out. So more within me, a lot of the lyrics that I have in my songs are, well, every song is a true story about something, and some of it about me and my own situation and how I've got through things. And I know for a lot of my fans, because I meet hundreds and hundreds of my fans at the free meet and greet that is at every Blaze Bayley concert before COVID, then people say, thank you for your music. This song meant a lot to me. That album came to me at a difficult time in my life and it really helped me through. And I was very conscious. I felt that I had a personal responsibility to the people that kept me going and encouraged me when I was feeling low, when I had doubts, when I didn't feel good enough. And my fans said, I'm excited about what album you're going to do next. I can't wait to hear what you do next. Thank you for a wonderful show. Thank you for your music. People that pre-ordered when they didn't even know what the record would sound like. And those people have kept me going. And now I felt it was my time, not just to make a good album, but really take responsibility for the album that I made and say, right, it must do this. And each detail is about getting to the end of the War Within Me album. And if you felt helpless, maybe now there's a bit of hope. If you felt weak, maybe you feel a little bit stronger, because that's the way that my fans have made me feel. And I really felt like I had to do this the best that I possibly could to help them and have a positive vibe. And of course, making that record, it's a lot of details, but also when things go well, it's incredible. When you get the arrangement right, when the song's happening, when the big power chords come in, when the guitar solos scream, when the big chorus comes in and you can't stop, then it's wonderful. And so I'm so lucky and privileged and grateful to be in a situation where my work, my imagination and my creativity is appreciated by wonderful, wonderful people that support me. So that is where War Within Me comes from.
Sacrifice, never give up. I won't back down. Get stronger, be harder, be tougher, be proud. Never give up. War with myself. Rise out and feel and answer the question. Who am I?
Going to write and record an album last year. But what happened was instead of us writing between festivals and a little bit of touring, as those festivals got postponed or cancelled, it meant we had another couple of days, another 3 days, another week that we could use for work on the album. And it meant that we could take a rest and go, let's not listen to these songs for another week. It's okay. We've got time because we don't have this festival to do. So, and then we'll come back a week later and go, actually, this is really good. That one is boring as hell. Let's put it away to the side. This one is much better than I remember it. And each time we could come back. That's a luxury, an absolute luxury as a songwriter and a producer to be able to go, I'll come back to this. And to be able to go, you know what? This isn't about, we just have to keep working on this. There is a way that this fits together and makes the most sense. We haven't found it. It's work. Just keep working. And if that's an hour or 10 hours, if we're in the studio until 5 in the morning, that's what it is. And we'll find that solution. And we did. And so it's an album that really feels complete. The title track, War Within Me, that's the personal story of, well, the negative, self-destructive, lazy side that wants to stay in bed, that wants to make excuses, that wants to say, oh, it's so tough, oh, everything's turning out bad. I get that against the responsible side that says, you can't change the world if you don't get out of bed. You can't change yourself. The decisions that you make every day, no matter how small, contribute towards your own happiness. And however difficult it is, you must take a step and you must keep moving. So you must take responsibility for your life and for your family. And so these two things, no, I don't want to do anything. Yes, you must take responsibility. It is a war. Sometimes it's not that difficult. It's a fight. And then other times it's a battle. And then other times it's the war. And it's the same for everybody. We're always searching, right? Am I allowing myself to be lazy and self-destructive? Or am I pushing myself to be responsible and productive and helpful? And it's down to all of us. And then 303 Squadron is a squadron of Polish and Czech pilots that when their countries were invaded in World War II, the pilots got across Europe and got to Britain and joined the RAF and fought against the Nazis that had occupied their countries and fought against them and helped Britain to stay free. And a massive contribution that they made that isn't always acknowledged. And I wanted to have these heroes on my album. And then Warrior, song 3, is the choices of words that we use to describe ourselves. Sometimes the words we use inside our own head, we're not careful about, and we don't realize they have consequences and there are choices. So you can say, I feel like I'm a loser. I'm just a loser. I'm not worth anything. You use those words about yourself in your own mind. Or you can say, I'm a warrior. I may be broken. I may be defeated, but I always fight. I can rise again and I can grow stronger. If I call myself a warrior, it's someone that can rise up and find strength. I can define myself, call myself a warrior, or can say I'm a loser. But it's your own choice. And we don't always realize it's our own choice. And the profound effect that individual words have on our psyche and our mental well-being. I am aware of that because I'm a poet, I'm a songwriter, I'm an artist, and I'm in this incredible creative environment. I know how important words are. I know what they mean and how words and music, when you fit them together, can give you the most incredible, powerful feelings, and also how they can lead you to despair. And for me, that was important to say that out loud. You can be a warrior if you choose that word to describe yourself. And on track 4, it's called Pull Yourself Up. And this is 2 parts of my life. One, when I had a motorcycle accident that almost finished me, and I was having to learn to walk. And the physiotherapist said, you have to face the fact that you'll probably never walk without a limp. And I thought, you don't know me. And so in the song, it says, they said I could not walk. Now, come and walk with me, because I don't limp. I strengthened my leg. I did the work. I got it back. I don't limp when I walk. And they said I would limp. And then in the second part of the song, it says they said I could not sing, because when I started, I wasn't a natural singer, but I loved to sing and I wanted to be a singer. So I learned to sing. But in my career, then there were some people that said, you can't sing. Someone said to me, a family member said, you will never be a singer. In a review, someone said, you can't sing. And in the second part of the chorus, in the second chorus, it goes, they said I could not sing. Come and sing with me. Because I am now a professional heavy metal singer. I got to be in the top band in the world for heavy metal. And now I own my own tiny record label and I produce my own records. And I have thousands of fans who love to hear me sing. So it wasn't impossible, was it? So each time it's pull yourself up. Don't let them define you by what they say. They aren't you. Don't let other people define you and who you are and your dream with their negative outlook on life. You'll never do this. No, you don't think I'll ever do that. That's you. That's not me. And that's what I wanted from the whole album, was to have this dialogue, this engagement, and then hopefully next year I can see my fans again and things, the conversation will continue. Because when you come to see Blaze Bayley, you come to be with me as a part of the concert, not to come and watch Blaze Bayley. That's not what my concerts are. That's why there are no flashing lights, no pyros, no special effects. It is just direct conversation. Here is my voice. Here is my music. Here is my heart. And now I give this to you. Come with me.
To higher ground, wait there till you hear
I was wondering because you said earlier that the fact that tours got canceled and postponed, you had more time for the albums. How about the interaction with the fans? Didn't you miss that?
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
it's the biggest thing. It's not even the concert. As weird as it sounds, it's not even the concerts. It's the fact that there are some fans that have followed me for years, supported me for years, and that I get to meet 2 or 3 times on every tour. Um, and I really miss my fans, more than doing a concert. I love to sing, I love to, but I found it wasn't the performance that I was missing as much as I was missing my fans and sharing special, intimate moments from the heart with my fans. And that's what I missed the most in the lockdown from that side of it. It's difficult. It's not just the concert. A concert or a gig is such a trivial little word to describe the feeling that I have when I'm able to see my fans and meet my fans. So that's the thing I've missed the most.
Have you had the chance to plan any tours or live dates yet? Do you have
Yeah. So
some?
what we've done is we've been very conservative. I leave most of this is up to my manager. I don't have anything to do with business because I'm a complete and utter failure as a businessman. I'm a big success as a songwriter. So my manager, he's taken a very cautious approach. And what are the things that we can do? We can perform in the UK, and we can probably do that from the end of August. So
Mhm.
we booked the Blaze Bayley tour in the UK from the end of August. And if that goes ahead and there's no problems, which hopefully, we're on our way, um, then next year we hope to return to the rest of the world. But what Stephen Hawking has a song on the War Within Me album. It's a tribute to him. It's called The Unstoppable Stephen Hawking. This is a man that was diagnosed with a terrible disease that kept him in a chair. He lost use of his voice, everything. He was still able to write a book. He was still able to make scientific discoveries. And he said, focus on the things you can do. And that's what we're doing. We're focused on what can we do? We can tour in the UK. We can make sure that we play to the best of our ability and make sure that when we can get back to the rest of the world, we are ready for it. And that's what we're doing. It's all about safety. I would feel awful if I did a concert somewhere and a lot of my fans got sick and people died from. I would feel terrible. It's not worth it for me. When I do concerts, I want them to be safe. So everybody has a good expectation that they're not going to get a horrible disease and die.
One more thing is that after the Brexit, I don't know how are things for British artists. Do you
I
need
don't know. I told
licenses?
you that my manager has deals with all of the business side of it. I have nothing to do with that apart from occasionally we'll have a conversation. Right, this is what you can expect, Blaze. This is it. This is what's happening. And the rest of the time, I stay focused on the things that I can do. There's nothing that me personally can do to change what will happen for artists in Brexit? What can I do? I can do my interviews, let my fans know about what is happening, and I'm also making a new Wolfsbane album with the extra time that I've got. So that's what I'm good at. That's what I need to focus on: writing my songs, making albums, being in shape so that if the opportunity to play in the rest of the world happens, and my fans have been waiting a long time, they see a Blaze Bayley that they can be proud of.
I see. Are you already working on new material for your own band as well? For
Not
Blaze?
at the same time, it's one thing at a time. I have this time now where I have a bit of extra time because of the horrible cancellations and postponements. And now we're vaccinated. We can be in the same room. Every week we get together, we write some songs, and we're making a new Wolfsbane album. So that's how it's going. When that Wolfsbane album is finished, then either I'll be on tour in the UK, or I'm writing a book called Infinite Entanglement, which goes with my last 3 studio albums. I'll be working on that again. So it's one thing at a time. And I'm very, very excited about playing the songs from War Within Me live, because they're so, the lyrics are really personal.
You've set the bar very high. It's an amazing heavy metal album. And I don't know how you will be able to. Do you think that you can be able to continue in the same vein? Because reaching out to some very personal feelings and expressing them.
I don't know, this album seemed impossible. We did 3 albums in 3 years and 2 live albums for Infinite Entanglement, and we got together to start the writing on this. We force ourselves. We give ourselves a deadline and go, there it is, duck, duck, duck. That's when you have to finish writing, and the songs better be good. So it seemed impossible. Well, what have we got? Well, we got these couple of ideas that didn't fit in the trilogy. All right, let's listen to those. Well, actually, that one's pretty good if we jiggle it about and change this around. That one's all right. Oh, yeah, we have this idea about doing something like that, and then it just seems to come together. So the future is something to plan for, but it's not a place you can live. Try living today. That's what we say in Wolfsbane. When we're together, we never know when we're going to get together. We don't know how we sound, but when the 4 people are in the room writing the song, we sound like Wolfsbane. And when Chris Appleton and I get together and go, right, what are we going to do? What have we got? Okay, well, maybe we could go here, mate, and that's how it goes. But we don't live in the future. We're living today. Plan for the future, because if we get there, we want a nice place to live. But we got to live right now, because if we're always thinking about the future, now all the precious, beautiful, powerful moments that we can share right now that will make us feel good, we'll never have a single one of those moments if we're living for tomorrow.
That's a wonderful thing to say. I'd like to close this chat of ours with your message to your Greek fans, because we love you in Greece. There are lots of fans of yours here in Greece. What would you say to them? What would your message be?
Well, I think first is we had a tour planned and it was one of the most heartbreaking things for me and the rest of the guys in the band. Our last Greek tour, we went all over the place. It was wonderful, and we enjoyed it so much. And when our Greek tour was just couldn't go ahead, it was heartbreaking. So I can't wait to see my Greek fans when it's safe. I have so many wonderful, wonderful memories of Greece, not just from the last Blaze Bayley tour, but going back right through to the Iron Maiden days and the wonderful way that the Greek fans treated me as a new singer in Iron Maiden. And now, the last time we went to Greece, we've done 2 tours and they were absolutely fantastic. And I miss everybody. Evkaristo for your support, and uh, I can't wait to see you again. Can't wait to be in the same room and sing for you and to share music together. So I miss my Greek fans so much. A very special place in my heart.
Thank you very much for that.